Importance of media information literacy. What is media literacy? Media literacy is the ability to recognize various media styles and the messages they send. It includes print media when we talk about media, such as newspaper, magazines, and etc. The media and information part of MIL is generally regarded as including conventional media, such as television, radio, newspapers, and magazines, as well as digital media and such as the internet.
Media literacy refers to the capacity to understand, analyze, and critique the media, and to meaningfully participate with messages in print, audio, video, and or internet discourse. Why be media literate? The prevalence and influence of the media make it a necessary part of 21st century education. The different media, radio, television, print, film, and cyberspace bombard billions of people daily with information and entertainment. The media cycle never stops. Its reach goes beyond national borders, operating 24/7. Billions access the internet regularly. Media literacy raises the capacity of citizens and citizens groups to participate in public life on another level, giving further meaning to information exchange. They can communicate their ideas and engage meaningfully in democratic debate. Media literacy contributes to the improvement of the quality of discourse on public policy and issues. Media literacy enhances democracy. This skill requires understanding of the ethics of the press. For example, the values and standards of the news media as providers of information, analysis, and opinion, and the different standards that apply to entertainment media. With this skill, individuals can appreciate the different purposes that media have in human development. Informed evaluation of media performance must be based on its ethical principles and on its professional responsibilities. Holding the news media to their own standards is possible only when the public knows what the media do and how they do it. Without media literacy, the public will not hold media organizations to the goals of journalism, which is to provide relevant news that helps citizens evaluate government and other institutions of power.
In general, the term literacy defines the ability to read and write. The ability to distinguish various forms of media and appreciate the messages they are sending is media literacy. Kids take in a massive amount of information from a wide variety of outlets, well beyond the conventional media of the youth. TV, radio, newspaper, and magazines. Text messages, memes, viral videos, social media, video games, publicity, and more are available. But one thing is shared by all the media. Someone invented it, and for a reason it was made. The foundation of media literacy is knowing the purpose. The digital age has made it easy for anyone to create media. We don't always know who created something, why they made it, and whether it's credible. This makes media literacy tricky to learn and teach. Nonetheless, media literacy is an essential skill in the digital age. It helps kids to learn to think critically. When children evaluate the media, they determine if the messages make sense, why such data has been included, what has not been included, and what the main ideas are. To help their views, they learn to use examples. Then they will make up their own minds about the details they already have based on experience. It also helps kids to become a smart consumer of products and information. Media literacy helps kids to learn how to determine whether something is credible. It also helps to determine the persuasive intent. of the advertising and resist the techniques marketers use to sell products. It also helps to recognize the point of view. Every creator has a perspective. Identifying an author's point of view helps kids to appreciate different perspectives. It also helps put information in the context of what they already know or think they know. It also helps to create media responsibly. Recognizing your own point of view, saying what you want to say, how you want to say it, and understanding that your messages have an impact in the key to effective communication. It also helps to identify the role of media in our culture. From celebrity gossips to magazine covers to memes, media is telling us something, shaping our understanding of the world, and even compelling us to act or think in certain ways. It helps to understand the author's goal. What does the author want you to take away from a piece of media? Is it purely informative? Is it trying to change your mind? Or is it introducing you to a new ideas you've never heard of? When kids understand what type of influence something has, they can make informed choices.
Media and information literacy. The course introduces the learner to basic understanding of media and information as channel of communication and tools for development of individuals and societies. It also aims to develop students to be creative and critical thinkers as well as responsible users and competent producers of media information. Basically, this subject will talk about media, how to use media, and how to manipulate, and shake information. May dalawa tayong content and competency. Yung content ay yung lesson or topic na pag-uusapan sa media and information literacy. Competency. Describe how communication influenced by media information. Identify the similarities and differences between among media literacy, information literacy, technology literacy. Number 2, the evolution of traditional to new media. Identifies traditional media and news media and their relationship. Explain now the evolution media from traditional to news media shape the value and norms of people and society. Number 3, information literacy. Discuss responsible use of media information. Number 4, type of media. Compare and how one particular issue of news is presented through the different types of media. Print, broadcast, and online. Define media convergence to concurrent example. Number 5, media information source. Construct indigenous media to more common source of information such as library, internet, and etc.
Good morning, ma'am. My name is Diego Carlos Isablan, and the topic for today is importance of media and information literacy. Example, content. Media and information sources. Competency. Contrast indigenous media to the more and common sources of information such as library, internet, or etc. Number 2, media and information languages. Present and an issue in invalid ways to disseminated information using the codes, convention, and language of media. Number 3, legal, ethic, and societal issue in media and information. Cite practical situation when to apply knowledge in intellectual property. Number 4, media and information literate individual. Cite an example of an issue showing the power of media and information to affect changes. Number 5. Different media: text, visual, audio, motion, manipulative, multimedia. Describe the different dimension: text information and media, visual information and media, audio information and media, motion information and media, manipulative information and media, multimedia information and media. Produce and creative text-based, visual-based, audio-based, motion-based, and manipulative-based presentation using design, principle, and elements. Evaluate a creative multimedia form: living, museum, electronic, portfolio, others.
Felix Henry Puno, 12 Hamilton. The Importance of Media and Information Literacy. Every day, we spend 8 hours exposed to different forms of media. It keeps us entertained, informed, and educated. Media influences the news headlines and information we see online, on TV, and hear on the radio. In movies, that we are exposed to violence, fantasy, and ideas about love. Even the music that enters our ears are parts of media's influence. And every day, our mind processes all sorts of information from a variety of sources, and sometimes we no longer wonder whether the information we receive is true or not. We believe it right away. We react to it right away. We no longer are watchful with what enters our minds. We no longer think twice before we respond. We no longer identify ourselves from what influences us. Media brings people together. It can make us laugh, think, consider. It can make us feel right, but if we're not careful, it can also fill our minds with false information and can make us confused and upset. When using various forms of media, it is important to consider the purpose of the information we are viewing. Also consider the credibility of the source, as well to draw a conclusion about the viewpoint or position being presented. It can affect our thinking, even the things we desire, and who we eventually become. Think a little harder about the information you get from media, because what you expose yourself to affects you. With critical thinking, you are able to discern whether each information that you see makes sense, why some information hasn't been included, and what each idea contains. You not only get to formulate your own ideas using the information you've acquired, but also cite these ideas as examples to support your opinions. Be media literate, guard your mind and your life.
Social media is a kind of internet that not all for sure, because some people nowadays are not familiar of social media, and sometimes media is not of their hobby. Actually, for me, it's okay if I don't have social media in my life. I don't need social media anymore as long as my family beside me, and that's all enough to follow my happiness in my life. Because family is love, no one can take their place in my heart. I use information literacy refers to a set of characteristics that transform an ordinary student into a wise information consumers and lifelong learner. Information literacy is not just something you do in college, rather information literate is something you become via your coursework and personal experiences and interactions with information. Some of the aspects of information literacy include using information technologies such as personal computers, email software programs, and internet, other software programs, and the internet. Aspects of information literacy involve the evaluation of the information you obtain using the internet and online electronic resources. Still, other components of information literacy regard the ethical use of information, and a couple of the primary goals of information literacy are to get people thinking critically about the information they encounter and building in people the ability to use that information to create new knowledge.
Importance of media and information literacy. Information and media literacy enables people to show and make informed judgments as users of information and media, as well as to become skillful creators and producers of information and media message in their own rights. People are using social media for a variety of purposes. These are the main uses of social media. 1. Sharing. With social media, you can share information and ideas in a variety of ways. Different outlets allow you to publish your own ideas in writing, with picture or through video and voice recording. And you can also hyperlink your audience to interesting articles, pictures, and video. The information you shared can be either private or public. For example, you can email a private message to one person and broadcast a video to a global audience via YouTube. 2. Learning. Social media can also serve as personal learning tools. You can get updates about your friends and family, or learn about what's happening in your community and around the world. The immediacy of information flows allows you to get the gist of the latest news almost as it happens. Today, breaking news is often broadcast via social media before traditional media like TV and newspaper are able to cover it in detail. Social media can also reveal public sentiment about the big issue of the day, or on less arrogant level opinions about a new restaurant or movie.
Social media is the modern technology we use today or one day to send information or to share news, messages, and etc. Social media is the collective term from website and application which focus on communication, community-based info, interaction, content sharing, and collaboration. A media source is any resources that serve as a mean of communicating general public audience. Those sources are important because the medium in which we receive message shape the message. Information can come from virtually anywhere. Social media, blogs, personal experience, books, journal, magazine, article, expert opinion, newspaper, and website, and the types of information we need will change depending on the question you are trying to answer. Though much of the attention has focused on the media literacy, often presented as a way from self-gathering individuals against misinformation, several researchers argue that this is at the cost of trivializing a much of complex problem. While other question is important of the media literacy effects, a current study included that information literacy rather than literacy is more useful in helping individuals identify online misinformation. A carefully examination of the article, however, brings into question that the instrument selected to assist each types of literacy, as those used for media literacy were heavily skewed toward conventional media. Everywhere you go, you see all platforms of social media, from the films that you watch to the book that you read. You see different image and messages being relayed to you. Even the Google article and Facebook posts Facebook posts that you grows each day continue to dominate dominate people's lives around the world. The same is especially true for Filipinos. With the advent of social media, Filipinos have also become drawn to the platform, especially in a day and age where Facebook, Twitter, and other social media platforms have taken over Filipinos' life. According to We Are Social, Filipinos hold the record for spending the most time on social media in 2018, along with the country's reliance on social media comes the risk of misinformation, fake news, and disinformation. This is where we need for media literacy come in.